This is Ben Calvin. His life is defined by success. He has a beautiful family.
Yes, all right.
A thriving career.
Ben Calvin, Hellman Motors.
And he's a highly respected member of his community.
Hi, Edward, how are you? Good, good.
But this isn't the story of his success. This is the story of what happened after.
So why is it still so good to see him?
Because you're not married to me anymore.
You can't cheat death, no matter how many 19-year-olds you talk into your bed.
It was a couple of years ago when we started, and it was a little bit of a different time. It was right at the end of a time when a lot of indie films were getting made, but it was right as the economy was sort of going down.
You know, in an indie movie, you do it to make the movie and tell the story.
You know, we were lucky enough to just get the whole thing rolling right when we did, because doing it any time later would have been much, much harder.
I got a call from Steven Soderbergh. He said, all I could think about was you should play this part. It's just a wonderful script. I just thought, oh, this is great, man. This is great writing. This is just sleazy enough that you're really going to have to work hard to get any of the audience's affections.
3 weeks late. I need a check.
You had to screw a friend of mine. Someone I see at school every day. You're priceless, Dad.
Both of us grew up about an hour out of the city in Long Island, and we saw a lot of men who were like Ben Calvin in lots of different ways. When Ben tells Jenna Fischer not to call him Dad in public, I saw that happen in a park in the city.
Dad! Grandpa! Dad!
Don't call me that.
What?
Don't call me Dad. And you don't call me Grandpa, not now.
The Miami Blondes?
Yeah, she was checking me out on my way in. Hey, give me a hug. Maybe she'll think we're married.
Yuck, Dad!
And it stayed with me all day long, and I just started writing it the next morning.
It was a beautifully, beautifully written part. We had to, work fast, and I think the cast was a reflection of what the respect they have for Brian and David and all the people that came on board.
There's no way this could have happened in 26 days if it wasn't for the fact that you were the single most prepared actor. Michael showed up from the first day, not only knowing his lines, but knowing everybody's lines.
I won't be satisfied till I go into a nunnery.
I just find it interesting that you never change the furniture. Not a chair, couch, even the cushions.
Is that couch still comfy?
Most comfortable couch you ever sat on.
Well, I don't change things when they're still working. That's your move.
I owe that to Carl Malden, going back to my Streets of San Francisco days. And this guy would not miss a beat. What a great cast. It called for an old friend. Danny's, he's my oldest professional friend. We shared an apartment here in New York in 1968.
And you never once took one of these little girls out for a picnic? I'm married to Andy.
He's wonderful, it was great. It was great to see him, and it just helped solidify and make it all work.
All right, you want me to tell you why it doesn't bother me?
Yeah.
All right. When my father gave me this place years ago, I used to dream about these girls every night. They put on years and pounds and wrinkles. And I got one like that at home.
One of my favorite lines in the movie, Michael actually came up with and gave to another actor.
Aren't you a little old for all this?
Yeah, that's cool.
That's why you want a genius of an actor to come and play it for you, because they're so inside the character that when they bring something, it's not extraneous, it's essential. So satisfying when the first scene you played with Jesse, because when Jesse did this movie, it was before Social Network and before Zombieland came out or any of that stuff, and I don't think you knew who he was. And you came running up to us and you went, "Who the hell's this kid? He's amazing." Like you were like a little boy, you were so excited.
There's nothing but possibilities. What's wrong with them?
Nothing, they're probably just not interested.
We said to Steven Soderbergh before we started, because he'd made Traffic with Michael, what do we need to know about working with Michael? And he said, well, he's going to understand the psychological underpinnings of the character. He's going to have that down. And we said, great. And he said, and he'll really know where to go as far as the blocking goes. He's going to really be on it. And we said, well, that's terrific. And he said, and he's really unselfish, so he's really going to be giving to the other actors. And we said, well, what should we do? And he said, just get there on time.
I gotta hand it to him, though. He had the balls to come at me, go toe-to-toe with me. I took balls. Well, he didn't stay there.
You didn't used to talk like this.
Well, I used to shield you. No, I don't bother shielding anybody anymore. There's no point to it. I learned that when I was in jail.
You weren't in jail. You paid a fine and settled.
Well, I was in jail for a night. Before I made the deal, I used to think about it.